Hello, in this video I'm going to teach you how to create an invoice with a QR code in Bexio, the market leader for invoicing and accounting in Switzerland. The first thing I'd like to say is that it's going to be quite a hassle. Just setting up the account, which I just did right now for this video, took quite a few minutes. So do expect this to be quite a complex process. And as a comparison, I would like to just take a second and show you how quick it is to create an invoice with Heidi, which is a new invoicing app for Switzerland that my company is developing. So first of all, you can log in as a guest, so just try it out. As you see, login just took a few seconds and we're here. Now there is a test invoice here that is created that I can have a look at. I can select items. Here we have a test item web development. We'll go with that. And generate PDF will just actually generate the invoice for us to look at, to review, and get a sense if or not Heidi is the right app for us. So here we have the invoice now, and I could download it. Please note that this is using a test IBAN for demo purposes. I could, of course, change my bank details by going here and so on. But let's forget about that for a second and go back to the tough life of Bexio. The first thing you'll want to do is to go into Sales and Invoices. Here you can see the button New Invoice there. We'll just get rid of this thing. We'll get rid of this thing. And click on Create New Invoice. Now we need to create a contact. Obviously, there is no contact yet, so we actually have to create one yet. So I'll just test company like this, and I will save it. So now that we have a contact that is created, we actually need to create a project and a title. Let's see if we can skip it. Good, we could skip it. So now we have the basic invoice page. Let me see if I can clean this. Yeah, there we are. The basic invoice page where we can set items. So here we'll just create an item with quantity 1. We will call it consulting. And the price will be 1,000 Swiss francs. And we save it. And now we want to actually generate this invoice and to see how it looks. So we'll go on print invoice, which will turn it into a PDF. So now we have our invoice here, and what we see is that the QR code is missing. So what do we need to do? The first thing we can try is actually to go into settings and see if we can change something here. But as we see, there is no option for a QR code invoice. And if I recall, the solution is actually to go into banking. Where we have to complete our account details in order for this to work. So here I'll enter a test IBAN that I've saved here. I'm now in banking. There we are. And here we just enter some postcode and some streets. And now we want to save this. We have many options. We'll just go with the defaults. And we see that saving doesn't work because Bexio doesn't like that format. So we actually have to remove the empty spaces. There we are. Still no luck here. Not exactly a fun process. Let's try it again. There we are. So it's still unhappy, but still unclear what the issue is. I will pause the video until I figure this out. All right, this is now working. I have an IBAN here and everything is set up, so I can click Save now. Great, having now set up my account, the question is still, how do I actually generate my QR code invoices? And so here you can connect e-banking. That's not what we want. Let's see if this actually changed something on our invoice page. So let's go back here to invoices. And this time, go to settings again. Have a look here. And what we see is that still no luck. This hasn't solved the problem at all. And we're still struggling to find out how to generate those QR code invoices. And so the solution is actually to indeed go back to banking and pick the bank account. We'll just get rid of this. pick the bank account you want to work with, click Edit Bank Account here, and here you actually have something called Attach Payment Slips, which is the way they call QR Code Invoices. So if you actually turn this on, you will now finally find the option. And here the safest is just to do simple IBAN or IBAN with reference, since QR code IBANs are something separate that is more complex to set up. So you just go with that, and then you just click Save. And so now when you go back to your invoices, go back here, and now finally, let's get rid of this, print the invoice, and open it, you should see a QR code on the second page. What is annoying still is that now you have an empty page, whereas the QR code could just go here. That's something that Magic Heidi tries to do better, but at least you have a QR code with Bexio. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.